Yo, what's good, y'all? We we in week 12 of whatever it takes, and we're gonna get into these predictions, and we're gonna get into these things right now. I gotta start looking into these standings. And see who's who and what's what. See what type of division races we got going on. First up, we got AFC North. We got the Browns and Bengals. Browns 8-2, Bengals 7-3. It's looking like it's a two-man race right now, but the Steelers just took a bad loss to the Browns. So that put them at 6-4. So the Steelers is 2 games out of first. He's still in the mix, but he can't afford to slide any further. So right now it's the Browns and Bengals dancing. We still got to play twice. So those 2 games is pretty much going to decide the division for the most part. So 2-man race in this division with the Steelers pretty much right there knocking at the door. So we'll see how that plays out moving forward. AFC South, we got a hell of a race going on. We got Jags 7-3, Texans 7-3, and we got Colts 6-4. This is a 3-man race, and this look like it's gonna come down to the final 2 weeks of the season. I'm interested to see how this is gonna play out. I like the Jags and the Texans I think the Colts might have hit their peak, but we're gonna see. But I truly believe it's gonna come down to Jags and Texans moving forward. But interesting race. I wonder how many more times Jags and Texans gotta play, and that's a good division that's going on right now. Next we got AFC East. Jets sitting pretty at 7-3. Bills is 5-5. Bills is still in it. The Bills is definitely still in it. He just gotta tighten up. I mean, we're already in the second half of the season. You have 5-5. If you can't get the division, you got to at least be playing for a wild card. So he got to tighten it up, and he got to turn things around. Next we got the AFC West. We got Chiefs 7-4, Chargers 6-5. Broncos and Raiders are playing for draft picks. This 2-man race right here is another race that I feel like is going to come down to the wire. I like the Chiefs though to finish on top in this division, so we'll see how it go moving forward. But as of right now, Chargers and Chiefs, they're going back and forth. NFC North, we got Green Bay still undefeated, 10-0. Bears 7-3. Vikings and Lions out the mix right now. Look like Lions pretty much. Well, Lions is a CPU team anyway, so yeah. But Packers is undefeated. They looking like a force to be reckoned with, and we're gonna see how that go. We're gonna see how that plays out. If he finishes, undefeated or what. Right now he got a perfect record going on. So, do I think he finished with a perfect record? No, but it has happened before. It has happened quite a few times actually, but it's not something that happens often. But Packers look like they got this thing on smash. But the interesting thing is he's undefeated, but the Chicago Bears is still only 3 games out. So, if I'm the Bears, I just want to keep winning 1 game at a time, and just try to get in there. If you can't get the division, get that wild card. Next we got NFC South. Saints 8-2, Panthers 6-4. This division is down to Saints and Panthers. I don't know how many more times Panthers and Saints got to play, but their matchup is going to be huge. So Saints right now, like they got a nice little 2-game lead, can easily be evaporated, but right now Saints got the division, and we'll see if he let up. NFC East, we got Redskins 7-3, Giants 6-4, Eagles and Cowboys 5-5 each. this whole division is still up for grabs. Everybody's still in it. Every game means something. We in week 12, so at this point now, like, every game is huge for these guys in this division. So you don't wanna slip up and lose the game you're definitely supposed to win. You know, you look up and you see your opponent, you feel like, yeah, this game I know I could win, and you don't win. It's pretty much gonna be lights out. So, you know, NFC East is looking very, very interesting down to the wire, and I'm just interested to see how that plays out. And next, we got the NFC West. We got the Rams 7-3. We got Seahawks 6-4. 49ers 5-5. Cardinals 5-6. Cardinals are on the outside looking in. Mathematically, they are not out, but anytime you're 3 games out of a division lead in the second half of the season, it's very, very hard to turn that around. So, as of right now, it's looking like the 3-man race: 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams. Rams sitting in first barely. They can't afford to let up. They got to keep winning. They're on the 2-game win streak. They can't afford to let up. So Rams got to keep doing what they do and take this thing into the playoffs with the division crown. So that's it. We covered all the standings. So now we're gonna get into the weekly matchup. I'm pretty sure some big games. Looking at a lot of divisions. Every division is like a 2-man race minimum. So all these games mean something. We got Colts against Texans. Texans is a good baller, man. I mean, he started out the season rocky, but he definitely turned things around. I like how he played. I mean, he plays solid defense. He got a nice little scheme with him. I like how he put his pieces together, man. Colts been hanging in there. Colts is, I think, 6-4, something like that. He's been hanging in there, but I don't know. I think Texas might be a little too much for him. So I go with the Texans in this one. I go Texans 30, Colts 13. All right, this is good. Let's set that. Next, we got Giants against the Bears. Like I said, I went through all the standings. All these divisions is a 2-man race at minimum. So all these games matter. The NFC East, the whole division is still in the race. So this game is very big for the Giants. He's going against a Bears team who's also in his division. So who's also in a race in his division. So this is a big game for him as well. And Bears at home. That defense on the line. I like the Giants, man. I mean, I like the Bears at home in this one. I think the Giants gonna come up short. I like the Bears in this one, 27-20 Bears. Next, we got Steelers and Bengals. This is a big game. This is a big game for both. But the Steelers just took a loss to the Browns, and that put them 3 games behind first. He loses this game, he done as far as the division. Bengals. If the Bengals is, I think, a game, 1 game behind the Steelers. The Browns. He's on my back. But should the Bengals lose, pardon me. Should the Bengals lose, that gives me a nice little comfortable lead. I think I got a 2-game lead over the Bengals. I'm not sure. But in any case, the Bengals need this game badly. He can't afford to lose this. It's a division game. He needs this game. Steelers needs this game. Somebody going to come up short unless it's a tie. I don't see a tie happening in this one. They played early in the year in Pittsburgh. Cincinnati put the clamps on Pittsburgh. Now they're playing in Cincinnati. So I like Cincinnati to take care of business and sweep the Steelers for the season. And I go Bengals in this one, 28-14 Bengals. Next, we got Dolphins against Browns. Dolphins is playing for the lottery. They're not really playing to win no games. They're out of it. They just trying to get their team together moving forward. So we'll see if this one get played or not. Tampa Bay against Atlanta. Both these teams had flash. Well, the Bucks had flashes, but you know, sometimes that's all it is, just a flash. But nevertheless, if this get played, I got the Bucks in this one, and I go Bucks 24-14 Bucks. Next, we got Panthers against Saints. Big game, big matchup. Saints at home, Panthers on the road. Both great users. These two know each other pretty well too, so I see it being close. But I'll take the Saints at home. I go with the home team in this one. I go Saints 27-24 over the Panthers. All right, that's CPU. Next we got Raiders and Jets. I think the Raiders also is playing for the lottery, so I don't know if he'll play, but even if he does play, I got the Jets in this one. But I don't think the Raiders will show up and play this. But if they do play, I'll take the Jets, and I'll take the Jets by a score of 34-20. Next, we got Jags against Titans. Titans, I remember the Titans started out in the first half of the season. They came out with a big win, I believe, over the Panthers. And they looked like they was going to do something special for the year, and it just hasn't clicked, I don't know what's going on with the Titans. Mariota's questions about him. Are they going to sign him? Are they going to let him walk? Is he the QB that they need? We'll see. But a lot of question marks over there in Tennessee for the future. Jags is right now playing at a high level. They're playing to make some noise in the playoffs. So I got the Jags in this one. And I go to Jags in this one, 34-13 Jags. Next we got Cowboys against Patriots. Like I said, that whole NFC East is in the race. This is a very big game for the Cowboys. This game has upset alert written all over it. The Patriots record is under 500. Cowboys are the favorite in this one, but I see the Patriots winning this one for some reason. I think he'll love to play spoiler and put a nice little dent in the Cowboys' playoff hopes. So I got the Pats in this one, and I go Pats 28, Cowboys 24. Next, we got Green Bay with the undefeated record on the line going against San Francisco 49ers. 49ers in the race in his division. Green Bay, they got a 3-game lead over the person behind them. So, I mean, they pretty much sitting pretty. But the 49ers and Rams are in the battle to the end. This is going to be a very, very, very important game for the 49ers. These two pretty much know each other rather well, too. But I'll take the Packers in this one, man. 49ers, they play good D, so it ain't like the Packers. I don't see the Packers lighting it up. 49ers, they've been up and down this season. They'll win 2, they'll lose. They'll win, they'll lose. They've been up and down so far. And I don't know. I just think, don't get me wrong, this game would tell me which direction the 49ers is heading in. But as of right now, I'll go with the Packers. He's undefeated. I see him staying undefeated. And I'll go Green Bay in this one 23-17 Packers. Next, we got Seahawks against the Eagles. Big game for the Eagles. Very big game for the Seahawks. This game is going to hurt one of these franchises because Seahawks and 49ers is in the race. The Seahawks got a 1-game lead over the 49ers, I believe. Maybe even 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. No. The Rams is in first, I believe. I think it's the Rams, Seahawks, or then 49ers. I'm not, you know what? Let me just go double check real quick. Because these games, it's some very big games this week. Very, very, very big games this week. And, I don't want to mix the things up. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, well, the 49ers is 5-5. They're exactly 500. The Rams is on top in this division. The Seahawks is 1 game behind them. Seahawks don't want to go 2 games out of first, depending on if the Rams win this week. So Seahawks need to take care of their business. The Rams. Who's the Rams playing? Did I even do the Rams game yet? Rams playing Ravens. I'll get to that in a minute. But and the Eagles is in a division battle. Like I said, the whole NFC East is tight from top to bottom. So this loss is gonna hurt one of these two teams. And to be quite honest with you, it's gonna put a real dent in playoff hopes because the division is so tight, you know. And the Seahawks drop. If Seahawks lose, they drop 2. The Eagles will drop, I believe, 2 or 3 behind the Cowboys. And it's a big game, man. I'll go Seahawks in this one. Barely. They're on the road. But pay attention for upset alert in this one. The Eagles is on high alert for upset for this week. But I got the Seahawks. And I'll go Seahawks 20s. I'll go Seattle 27. Eagles 23. But upset alert is written on that game. And next, to close out the week, we got Ravens and Rams. Ravens, he ain't really been able to play lately. He's been busy, you know, but you know, if I know him well, I know he'll still be looking to play spoiler and hurt people's chances to make the playoffs and win divisions. So, and you know what? To be honest with you, if the Ravens are able to play, I got the Ravens in this one. I'll go Ravens on upset, and I'll go Ravens upset by a score of 31-24. Ravens over the Rams. That should make Seahawks and 49ers smile because they need the Rams to lose, especially the 49ers. 49ers is 2 games behind. He lose, he 3 games behind. But if he lose and the Rams lose, he's still 2 games behind. So the Seahawks and 49ers is definitely keeping an eye on this week's game with Rams and Ravens. You know, and you know, so we got some big games this week. So we got, should this game get played, this is a big game. So we got one big game, Ravens and Rams. Seahawks and Eagles is big. Packers and Niners is big. Cowboys and Patriots is big for the Cowboys. This is another big game. So yeah, what's that, like 4 big games already? Another big game, 5 big games. Steelers and Bengals. Like I said, Steelers need this one desperately. Or Steelers lose, they're looking for a wild card. They'll kiss that division goodbye. This is a very big game for the Bengals. He's chasing the Browns. So this is another big game. That's the 5th big game. This is another big game. Giants is in that NFC East. Bears is in the race in his division. We got about 6 or 7. We got about 6 big games this week. So hopefully they all get played. I'll be looking to tune in and check them out. But that's week 12. That concludes week 12. And I'll see y'all week 13. Until then, I'm out of here. Peace.